got a big win against Hamilton 6 weeks ago. Probably feels like a lifetime ago. Just what are you looking for this weekend? It's going to be a different quarterback again.
Yeah, I mean, again, we've always said in our building we focus on ourselves. We don't worry too much about, obviously you know who you're facing, the guys you're going against, all those things. You plan for the system, you plan for the individuals that you know and what they do well and don't do well. But we're focused on ourselves and coming up with our plan and all those things, and try not to focus so much on somebody else stepping up on their team. I mean, we're going to go in that building, put in the week of work here, and go in that building and want to get a win.
What can you expect from Powell, maybe on their side?
I mean, he's a professional quarterback. He's played a game. I believe he started a game for him. So, you learn from every experience. You learn from every single play. I'm a big believer in that. So he'll be a better quarterback than he was the first time he stepped on the field because of the experience he had. So we'll go in there expecting the best out of him. You're a professional athlete for a reason. God gave you the ability to be here. It's about making the most of opportunities, and our jobs is to limit that opportunity for him. So.
Avery Williams is also a big part of your team. Do you think that Bryce Nautry will be able to do the job?
Yeah, I mean, again, the expectation with everybody in our building, when I say every single person, I say everybody on the practice roster, 1 game and 6 game. When they step on that field, we expect results. They're all different. All the guys are different, but they all have the ability to play. They all just need opportunities to make the most of it. They would not be here if we did not think they could play. So the problem is we don't have a backup for every single one of our players. So that's, again, when we talk about when you don't have a guy and you're trying to get a guy and trying to get him up to speed. Bryce has been here. We know what he can do. So it's a matter of going out there and doing it.
After the game on Sunday, you said you can be disappointed with getting 6 scores, even 7 if you count a single. But you also gave up 6 scores, even though it's 6 field goals. Just how do you see that?
Yeah, the opportunity, again, is the object of our game is to score more. Score 6 times. They needed to score 7th time to beat us, and they didn't. So that's as simple as that. And anytime a defense can limit a team to no touchdowns, I think you're good. On top of it, when you score 1 on the other team, I think it's even bigger. So that's where when I look at those 2 things, you could say one way or the other. We both had our opportunities offensively. One team had a defensive score, the other team did not. So it was a very even. If you look at the stats, you look at everything, it all equaled itself out. It came down to who made the plays at the end, and we did that, and that's what I'm proud of. So when you look at offensive football, I'm never going to be disappointed that we scored 6. Now, had we had a couple of those drives turn into touchdowns, the game may have been much different. They could probably say the same thing. It just didn't happen that way. And thankfully for us, our defense stood up and made a big play. And, we made the plays we needed to win the game.
Is that the same way you see it defensively? That's where I was going to go.
Yeah, exactly. The name of the game is to limit team scoring opportunities. So limiting teams to only field goals, a lot of times you'll hear defensive coaches, that's a win. Most of the time, we'll give up a field goal, and it depends on the situation. You let a team drive all the way down on you and kick a field goal, it feels like a win because you didn't get them in the end zone, but you'd rather them not to drive. Sometimes, the ball gets turned over, a big return, and you hold them to a field goal. But holding them to 6 field goals is a huge deal, particularly at the end when they have 3 opportunities around the 15-yard line to score a touchdown. You don't do it. You feel great about that. Now, and then conversely, like I said, when you score, you feel even better. But, ultimately, getting turnovers, getting sacks, getting them out of scoring opportunities would feel better. But again, I would never, when I look at defensive football, you're holding teams without touchdowns, that's a big deal. And our defense has done a very good job of doing that.
Defensive player of the week, how does it feel?
Honestly, it feels good, but we got the win, and only way you get defensive player of the week is, you win games and help your team. So
did you make some adjustment during the bye week to realize that kind of performance?
I just came in and prepared like I usually did and tried to execute, and I always try to make sure I give good effort. But it's a team effort, especially when you say defensive player of the week, that's a team thing, the D-line doing what they did for me. People don't get to see that and everything, so it's a team effort.
What about this defense? What impact does this defense have on this team?
We try to make sure that, if the team has to rely on us, that's what it's going to be. We go out there and try to put it on ourselves every drive, every game. Just like at the end of the game, we know how it's going to come down to the wire. But we just try to put it on our backs and, play hard, play together, believe in each other, and that's all that we want to do.
Can you talk about the process from where you were moved to receiver, from receiver to cornerback a couple of years ago to now? How does it change in a couple of years?
Changed a lot. I mean, of course, that transition happened, 4-5 years ago? But it was different, just getting into a back pedal and trying to learn how to press and have the right eyes. And like when receivers run their routes, they can look at the ball after they come out their break. I can't do that. I need to make sure my eyes is on my receiver, and then I can transition my eyes. So it's definitely a big transition, and now I'm reacting, so it's a little more tiring, but it's definitely fun, and I love it.